Yeah, I mean, I'm naturally, I like the road. I'm a natural traveling rat. You know, I just always, since I was a kid, I used to sleep in Edge's house. You know, I like to be out and I like to be running around. Now I've got family, they run around with me. And I'm just a natural itinerant, I think.
So, are you a band that tours to write songs, or do you write songs so you can tour?
Well, that is a good question.
Probably a bit of both, really, you know.
It's the truth, more than the studio. This is where we live. On the road is where we figure out what the songs are about.
Save my soul.
Well, I think as a band, you know, we've got an amazing audience. I mean, maybe I'm biased, but I think they're great. And
they're fairly
every
elastic,
time
that's for sure. I mean, we've pushed and pulled them.
Yeah.
for 10 years, 15 years, whatever it is. I'm amazed, in a way, at their tolerance. I mean, we've had them down in the deep south, you know, with B.B. King. Now, well, I don't know what you'd call this.
Do you think that's the key to success, is being able to be experimental, take chances? I mean, the fact that you guys have been always willing to push it and take the risks, you reap the rewards?
I think we've always been that way. I mean, we don't want to be stuck in some time warp, you know, playing music that meant something 10 years ago. We want to be playing music that means something today. Even if at times it means that we're ahead of ourselves, you know?
But see, I don't think we're ahead of a time. I think we're on our time. I mean, we have...
That's true. Last week we were, but now we're not. It's true.
Yeah.
We're bang on time this week.
The only reason it feels like that is because we're a great big old rock group. I think that's why we called our album Pop, was just to get off that word rock. Because rock has become a bit of a ghetto. In black music, things are really happening. You know, there's a new life there. In terms of the use of technology, in terms of the groove, in terms of making music for the next century, black music, dance music, seems way ahead of the posse. Now, we're not the old white groups that want to be black. I mean, we're Irish people, so we're not even white, we're pink. We're not in that camp, but in our own camp, I think there's very few people who are mixing it up.
They tend to be bands that are willing to take chances and allow other influences to come in. Because rock and roll started off as, you know, this kind of strange combination of R&B and hillbilly music and a bit of gospel thrown in. And it was a hybrid itself. People now, they have such a rigid view about what it should be, and we just love it when it's some kind of hard to define thing, because it's a spirit, and it's always, as far as we're concerned, being a kind of a dance music.
Rumors are a great thing when you start them yourself, but we never put out the rumor that it was a techno record or that it was a trip-hop record. These are just, this thing's got out, and then I guess some people thought, oh, when they heard the record, that's not a techno record. And some people thought, I'm not buying it, it's a techno record. It caused a lot of confusion, but it didn't come from our camp. And we've been experimenting with these kind of sounds and just experimenting full stop since we began our life as a group. In fact, Acton Baby is more heavily treated and more of an industrial record, or more techno, if you like, than pop.
I think we're still in love with the potential of music, whether you call it rock and roll or whatever you want to call it.
You guys have the title of being the best rock and roll band in the 80s. Are you hoping to get that title for the 90s too?
Who else?
I guess.
Who else?
Bono, The Edge, and the Boys are stateside right now and hit Vancouver in early December for the second last date of their North American leg.
Next on the tour is South America, Australia, and Japan. And Pop Mart will close its doors for good in March of next year in South Africa.
And next week, U2 releases Pop's fourth single, a live version of Please.